our template made up for the aluminum that's gonna go on top. I got my piece cut out. I already sprayed it with some glue. I'm gonna let it tack up. I'll fish it in here. I'm gonna lay some, I gotta clean off the surface. I'm gonna put some caulking down so that it's got a little bit of a seal for some vibration on it, so it's not just aluminum and metal. That way there's a little bit of a buffer in there. And I'm gonna get this all laid out on top of that first. I'll lay it in there, and then I got enough to drape it over the front here so you don't see any of that. And then we're gonna be ordering the rest of the rug so I can do all that. But while Dad's out getting some other nuts and bolts, picking up some more glue, and then I'm gonna rug all this in here. I should have enough to do that, I believe, with all that stuff. Okay. Alright. Putting the fuse panel box up there. I got this all in. I'm waiting for the other part of the glue dry so I can wrap that down there, but it looks good. Trying to get this fuse box set up.
I need that set up good like that.
Alright. And then I'm gonna start rugging in here all this. Start cutting some pieces out.
So I took the taillights, took them completely apart. Right? See how kind of crusty they were. Took them completely apart, polished everything, cleaned them all up, cleaned off the rubber, cleaned off, polished all that, polished all that. Put that one back together and I'll show you the comparison of the two. Alright, so before and after. Alright, look at that. Look at that. Nice. Okay, so we got to polish all that in there. Got all that dullness out. Got all the dullness out of all that chrome. Polished the bulb. This is real glass in here. That, all the little nuts and bolts, all the little screws, right? All the edges. Cleaned up the rubber gasket on the outside. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. There you go. All set. Beautifully restored taillights. Alright, so that's all done. Maybe tomorrow we'll get to start putting this thing back together. As far as the tail lights and we're gonna put the wing on, all that kind of stuff. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so what are we at? Where are we at?
Where are we at?
All right, so fuel pumps mounted, relays are mounted, fuel cells mounted. Polished up his nice brackets. Yeah.
They look good.
Came out good. So.
I don't think I should be open.
Finishing that up. Got the window fuzzies came today. Got that in there. Got this rubber back in here. So now next thing we're going to do is we're going to mount the, figure out how to keep this glass up here because I lost the pieces to it. We're going to make something else. Got the windows are rolling. You saw that. We finished them finally.
I want to peel this off so bad.
I know.
I know.
We ain't touching that till last. I ain't scratching them.
Johnny said the same thing. He's like,
that's like when you get a new screen, you gotta peel it off.
Yep.
All right. Starting over here. So we just figured out something. All right, just figured out something. You know, you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, oh yeah. All right, so there's another piece of molding that holds this weather stripping up. All right, so it's a roof rail weather stripping retainer that we can't find. So these rubber things were up here. We took these off when we brought the car in here to get painted and hung them on the wall. So there was no metal retainers, but I know what they look like because I got them on the other car. So this is all going to have to come off. There's a little spear that goes on this corner and then a piece that goes just down like that. So I just ordered a set of those from eBay. So that's that. And now I'm working on putting these lines in here. So we're going to do PTFE line because then eventually we're going to change this pump over and run this car on alcohol or on methanol, whatever. So these lines are all regular rubber, stainless steel braided rubber hoses from the Comet when we were running VP fuel, whatever. But we're going to run VP fuel in this same pump, same filter. We're just going to change all these lines over. So we got all PTFE stuff. All this stuff is from Racetronics. If you look at all these fittings, they're all nice fittings. We went through all this before. So their line, they sell everything by the foot. So right now, I'm just working on putting... So there's a return line that goes from here. That's a bypass line. Goes from here to here. That is a number 16 that goes to here. And then we got one that goes from here all the way back. So number 10 and number 12. So number 10.
I'm going to take the shut-off valve and
take that off. So we're going to run that line. Josh mounted all this stuff yesterday. Tanks all in. So I'm just trying to figure out what goes where now. So I'm going to make this line up first for that bypass real quick. And then I have the lines made up that go to the front. We're going to splice a shutoff valve in there. And then change the piece that's in the front of the car. We're going to change that over. Okie dokie. Alright, so we're changing the vent. So we're adding a rollover, built-in rollover valve to the vent, and then we're going to vent the line down. That's a return, that's a bypass. We ordered whatever fitting we need so we could put a shutoff valve there. And then he's going to mount the battery
terminals.
The battery tray thing, he's going to lock it on there and weld it onto that piece.
Bracket like this here, show.
And
This is going to go like this.
that's going to get welded on there. And then you need to order the shutoff valve. I mean the shutoff cable, switch, whatever, for the battery.
Well, I got to order that. I got to order the shutoff valve, the shutoff switch, the handle for the parachute.
Mm-hmm.
There was another thing that went with it.
I got the cable.
No, something else.
Alright, let's finish putting that on. Alright, so he's welding the tray for the battery on there. This is done. The vent. And we got a shutoff valve like that. This way, when the car is sitting around in a trailer or in the garage and you're not using it, transporting it, shut that off because the stuff evaporates, especially the VP, the 116 or the 112, all that stuff. Don't want any of that. It all evaporates.
And then the alcohol gets moist in it.
So that's why we use the Teflon coated stuff so it doesn't bleed through the lines anymore either. All right. I guess you weren't watching too good, were you?
No.
Alright, so we're jumping around a little bit. So now we're waiting for line and a couple of lines. So we got that. That's going to be the feed line. I got the holes made up in there. So the feed lines are going to go there. All that's done. We need a couple of fittings for over here. So now I'm going to go over here. We got all the glass for the front. So we're going to get all this situated. I got to cut the glass. So the quarter windows back quarter windows, those we already did. We had done those before, so those are in. I'm just waiting for that piece to come for the weather stripping. This, so now these got to get cut. Right, so I just laid the original glass on here. So left and right glass are the same, mirror opposing, whatever you want to call it, but they're the same. So I'm going to cut 2 of these. So this got to get cut, trimmed right here. And then this side has to get trimmed right there and a little bit on the top. And then the frame. So what did he do with the frame? So we're going to take the frame off of this one. Right, that frame comes apart. And then I already had one off. I think he was polishing it. Yep, okay, right here. So this one's nice. This one's real nice, polished already. I'm going to use this one to put it around the glass and then stick it on the bottom. Glue it all in place, and then we'll be able to put it in the door when the time comes.
Getting this one trimmed out. I gotta find another one of these up in the shed. Got that one in. So we put some silicone around it. Slid that in. These are a lot easier. You can go around, use the glass as the guide. You don't have to go off of a Sharpie. Okay, so we'll get the next one in place. I gotta polish up the frame, and then we'll put that one on.
So we're using silicone.
Some clear.
So we got the other frame out. We figured out a way to get them off pretty easy now. Just heat them up. And we'll put some silicone down in the channel. And we'll set the glass in it, and then we don't have to worry about it coming undone.
Okay.
That's good. That's good. That's good. I'll hold it like that. I'm gonna get. So we found by heating it up, they come off. Even this side, we don't need this one. This is an extra one. I got plenty of these. So
If anybody wants real glass,
yeah, you need glass. I got glass. I got all. We probably got a half a dozen cars outside. Might go pick another one up tomorrow.
Just say, hopefully we're gonna go get another one.
Anyway.
Complete car.
And then one day I'll show you another dark outside now.
What?
The next project.
I thought
we didn't tell nobody nothing about that one yet.
That'll be later on.
Alright, we're gonna pop this thing off. Where'd the screwdriver go?
Oh. Yeah, get that before it gets real hot. There, go. Oh. Was a good glass.
Keep heating it up. Need a little bit more heat on it.
Alright, watch out.
Yep, a little more heat.
break my screwdriver. There it goes.
Rubber stay nice and clean. All right, so the clips showed up for this top piece. Junk pieces of crap ones, but they worked. The corners are on, sides are on. Looks really good. Okay. Josh is taping everything off because
Keep on taping it.
and I keep on taping it. So they're gonna move the car and put it up on a lift so they could clean the underneath and then spray it black.
I thought it was already done, but apparently
It's not done. And then we're gonna run the 2 fuel lines underneath. And that's about it. And we'll get it back in here. Hopefully put the carpet in it then. Put the rest of the stuff inside done. I'm gonna start running the wires. We got, that's all set. That's up there. I gotta fix all that. Get that done. Back here looks good. That's the feed hose. The return hose should be here today, and then we can run both of those after they're done painting this thing. Oh, he's gonna get to try out his push bar and get this thing done. And once all the once the lines are run, fuel lines are run, we'll run the battery cables and all that stuff. And then we can put the back together. Wing, bumper, tail lights, all that crap. All right, here we go. There it is. First light of day. I got to put all those screws back in it. Leave it. Hey, that's all got to come off. Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Yo, that thing looks sweet.
It sits up high.
Huh?
It sits up a lot higher than your car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his is slammed on the ground.
Should've put
Alright, where's the...
All right, hook them up. A little more.
The wheel's not straight, so I don't know where I'm...
A little more.
Alright.
Right there should be good. All right, come on, get it done.